Hello, civil engineers. Welcome back to the lecture. So, in the previous lecture, we had done up to here, right? Now we'll try to fill all this number of bars, the dia of bar, and so on. So, for that, you need to make a little bit of adjustment in the Excel. Now you see, because I have written F1 here and F1 bar along longer span here. That means whatever value I'm going to fill, it should come in between these two, right? So, this is that one. What I'll do is I'll select that. This part let me select and I'll go to the home page and let me give a thick border to that so that it is easy for me to identify. Okay. Similarly, here also I'll do it. Fine. So along with this, what you can do is see now if I write here, no, it will come on the top. So instead of that, I'll merge all these things at once. Okay. So that it will be easy for me to write exactly at the center. See again, all these things depends on you whether you want to do it or not. Just to make our Excel sheet more what do you call, to look it in a better way, we are trying to do this. If you want, you can do it, else you can just write, because if you're practicing it for the first time, concentrate on solving the Excel, and decorating it can be done even later also, not an issue. Okay, but since I'm teaching, I'll teach it you, I'll teach both the things together. Yeah, so this is also done. I'll make it thick. So now you can see everything looks good. Okay. Yeah. So again, another one thing is, see here again, I don't require anything. Okay. I'll select this, or I can do one more thing. Come here, take this, yeah, white color. Wait, what you can do is select this thing up to here, and then you can fill that color, I guess. Yeah, you can fill this in white color, and that also will be gone. Okay. Now it will look good. No, even this part also, if you want, you can do, else let it be, not an issue. Okay. Done. Now we'll try to find F1 bar along shorter span. So first is number of members. Number of members means how many F1 footings are there. So for that, we have to go to the Excel sheet always. So in the Excel, if you remember, initially we had written like F1, there is only one footing, right? So I'll write here F1 is only one. So that is 0, 1. Or you can write 1 also. I think same thing I've written here. Okay, fine. See, when you write 0, 1 here, it will come at the bottom. No? You take it to the top. Select this. You know this option. Select this option. So instead of doing it every time, what you can do is select everything here and you select everything here. Now come to the home page. First you change the font, make it to this one. And now you take this at the center. Okay. Yeah, take it at the center. And if you want, you can make it bold. So everything automatically it will get updated. Okay, 1. Now here also it is 1, no? Because say this is shorter span, this is longer span. Whatever you write here, same thing should come here. So you interlink it. Interlink means again don't write 1 here. Instead of writing 1 here, keep your mouse here, plus, and click on this and hit enter, finish. So if I write 2 here tomorrow, automatically it will get updated. Okay. So that is why you have to interlink as far as possible in the Excel sheet. Try to interlink. Next is dia of bar. So again, dia of bar in the shorter span, we should check the drawing. So I'll go back to the drawing. So this is my L1. Okay. See, always remember, I have written here shorter span and longer span. But in Excel, in AutoCAD, it is mentioned L1 and B1. So wherever L is mentioned, it means it's a longer span. B means it is a shorter span. B means along the breadth. L means along the length. So length it is 10 diameter bar, and breadth is also it is 10 diameter bar. So both way it is 10 diameter. So we don't have problem. You just write here 10, and here also you write 10. Okay, and don't try to interlink this. Why? The reason is because in here luckily we have shorter and longer span, both 10 diameter. There may be a chances in some of the structural drawing where you may have this 10 diameter, and let us see if this is 12 diameter. Okay, let us see if this was 12 diameter. Then your longer should have been 10 diameter, shorter should have been 12 diameter. And if you interlink, what will happen? What if you interlink this? If I interlink this, okay, so let us say I'm interlinking, then it is wrong, no? Because shorter it is showing 10, longer also it is showing 10. So it will not make any sense. That is why always don't try to interlink the dia unless if it is same, then you can interlink, not an issue. But try to follow this procedure of not interlinking it. Okay. So now anyhow, both are 10 and 10. I'll make it 10, and also this will make it as 10. Okay. Yeah, great. So after that, next is spacing. Again, spacing come here shorter. So this is my shorter span. No? It is 150 center to center spacing. Longer is also 150. So both are 150. Again, You input 150 here. Here also you put 150. Okay, done. Next is number of bars. Yeah. How do you find the number of bar? So that is very important. So already in this manual calculation, I taught you how to find the number of bars. See, we'll start here. For if I want to find the bars along the shorter side, I need to take the longer span minus two sides the cover, divide by the shorter span spacing plus one, isn't it? The same thing we'll do it here. But here, how shall I do that? Always remember, whenever you are doing, yeah. So first I'll open the bracket plus open the bracket. So I'm doing along with span, shorter span. If I'm doing along the shorter span, I need to take the longer span. So in the longer span, see, I need to take this one. Okay, that is 1100. Why? Because this is shorter, this is longer. Okay, and here both length and breadth both are same. That is why you cannot find so much difference here. But anyhow, in future when I take another 2-3 problems, I'll explain you. But right now, remember, if you want to find the shortest span, if you want to find the bars in the shortest span, you have to take the longer span. Take this distance, 1100. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We'll directly take 1100, or we can do one more thing. Instead of doing that, number of bar, come here. Open the bracket. What is your longer span? My longer span is this one, no? 1200. Length. You take this one. Minus 50, that is cover on the left side, minus 50 cover on the right side. You're getting my point, no? And close the bracket. So that is what it was written here. Longer span minus two sides of the cover. This you can do. Otherwise, you could have directly taken 1100 because here already the cover is minus and taken. But we'll follow this method only. Okay, fine. And now once this is done, you divide this one by spacing. What is the spacing? Okay, this has come to this side. Wait, it will take some time now. Okay, okay. Bracket open. Two times you open the bracket. So it is 1200 minus 50 minus 50. Okay, okay. Close the bracket. Okay, and put the divide symbol because divide by spacing. Again, open the bracket. See, spacing actually it is 150, but here it has disappeared now. Not an issue. I'll manually input this as 150, or I can even write this. See, this is H, no? And this one is 15. H and 15 I need to write. So I need to write H15. Okay. Why did I write H15? Because it has to take this particular row. Okay. This particular cell, but it has disappeared here. That is why I know this is H. This falls under H and this falls under 15. That is why I've written H15. Okay. And close the bracket. So once you do this, then what you're supposed to do? Plus 1 and hit the enter button. So now it's telling yes. So your answer is how much? 8.33. So we'll do it manually also. We'll try to verify whether it is 8.33 or not. So again, I'll do it here. Okay. See, what is the spacing? It was 1200. Okay. 1200 minus 50 on the left side, minus 50 on the right side. So how much it will be? 1100. Great. So 1100 divided by what is the spacing of the shorter span? The spacing of the shorter span was 150, right? So try to do it manually. 1100 divided by 150. 1100 divided by 150. So I'm getting 7.33. I'm getting 7.33. So 7.33 means it is, we'll take it as 7 only. And for this, we have a formula plus 1, isn't it? Plus 1. So 7 plus 1 it comes should be 8. So here it is showing 8.33 because it is 7.33 plus 1 it has done. So actually it should come in a round figure because we cannot provide 8.33 bar. So for that, what you're supposed to do, you have to change the formula. Okay. In that, you need to add one thing that I'll show you. Already I've done it here. Okay. See, what you need to do, you need to write round up. Okay. Whenever you put a formula for number of bars in the Excel, first you write round up 1200 minus 50 minus 50 divided by this plus 1. And then you have to write 0. Okay. I'll teach you here. Come here. So what we'll do, whatever you have written is correct. So now what you do, come here, right? Round up, ROUND. Okay, round up. Okay, once you write round up, this plus 1. Okay, plus 1. And now you have to write dash and 0. Why you should write comma and 0? Because now it is 8.33, no? So it will take to the next higher value. That is the reason you have to write comma 0 and close the bracket. So now you can see it has come 9. I'll explain you once again why I did all these things. See, if I go back here, okay, round up you have to do because if it is 8.33, it will be taking to the next higher value. Okay, that is why the roundup will be done. Okay, if it is 8.5, it will be taking 9 and all. Okay, now plus 1, you know how why it has to be done. Comma 0 means it will take the next higher value. You're getting my point. See, manually what was the answer we got? Manually we got 8.7.33 plus 1 was manually we got 8.33. Okay, 8.33 is what we got. But I told you, round up means it will round up to the next higher value. What is after 8.33? What is the next higher value? The next higher value is 9, isn't it? Yeah. But how even 10 is also a next higher value. Why did it take 9 only? The reason is that I told plus 1, comma 0. So whenever I write comma 0, it will take the next immediate higher value, which is 9. Okay. Suppose if I had done here plus 1, and if I done 2 here, it would have taken 10 here. That is not required for us. You're getting my point. So always remember, whenever you do Excel, okay, only for finding the number of bar, use this formula, round up, and the same formula, that is this thing. What is that? 1200 minus 50 minus 50, divide with the spacing along the shorter span, plus 1, comma 0 you have to do. If you do in this way, you'll find the number of bar. You got my point? Great. So now coming to the cutting length. How do you find the cutting length? Now cutting length is very simple. You know this length, that is 1100, and if I add 201 to that, and if I add 201 to that, if I add everything, I'll get the total cutting length. Very simple. So we'll do the same thing now. Okay, so the cutting length will be, let me see what I've done here. Yeah, okay. So we'll do the cutting length. Okay, so the cutting length will be plus, open bracket, come here, first you select this 1100 plus, select 201 plus 201 and close the bracket. Hit the enter button. So the cutting length is 1502 mm. Okay. If you want to verify, try to verify it manually. Very simple. How do you verify? That is 1100 plus 201 on the left side plus 201 on the right side. So it will be 1100 plus 402. Okay. And if you do this, how much it will be? So it will be 1502 mm, right? Manual also we got the same thing. In Excel also we got the same thing. Yeah. Now in this, what we have done it correctly. But I told, if you want to add the bend deduction, you can add the bend deduction here itself. Again, I told you, in few of the projects people do bend deduction. In few projects people don't do bend deduction. But here anyhow, not an issue. I'll because in the previous Excel sheet, whatever I had done, here everything the bend deduction has been added by me. So we'll follow the same procedure. And in one lecture, I'll explain you how you are supposed to do without the bend deduction. Okay, not an issue. So again, what you do for the bend deduction, you have to write minus, open the bracket. Okay, how many 90-degree bends are there? One is here, the second one is here. No, so 2D, 2 into 2 is 4D, right? So 4 multiplied by D. So what is the diameter? So diameter is 10. So again, don't write 10 here. Interlink this one, dia of the bar, and close the bracket and hit the enter button. That's it. 1462 is actually the cutting length after the deduction. And you see here also, I think we got 14. Okay. Okay. 1460 we got here. Okay, this is 200 what they have taken. We have taken 201 here. Okay, this is correct. What we have done is correct, not an issue. Okay, not an issue. So 1462 is what we got. Here they have got 1460. The reason is here it is 200 and 200, but here we have written 201 and 201. Okay, not an issue. We can do, we can even get it to that point also, but it's okay, not an issue, because yeah. So this will be 400, 300. And 2/3 of 300, they have rounded it off. That's it. 2 divided by 3.67 into 300. Yeah. Then we also should get the same answer. We'll try to see. D1, 400, D13 minus 50 minus 0.67. Or even you can take this as, we'll do this way. 2 divided by 3 we'll do. And we'll close the bracket. Yeah, see, now it's correct. 1460. I got 200, 200. Why did that happen? Because I told you, the reason is that previously I took 0.67 and 2 divided by 3 is also 0.6667. So because of the decimal point, we were getting that 1 or 2 mm difference. So you can adopt this also. Directly adopt 2/3. It is also correct. Instead of writing 0.67, since it's Excel, no, it will take that decimal point and all. So you go with 2/3, which is the right formula to be adopted. Okay, not an issue. Fine. Now come to the cutting length. So whatever cutting length we have found, it is in mm. I want it in meter. It's very simple. How do you do? Whatever cutting length you got, you divide it by 1000. Okay, you divide it by 1000 and close the bracket. So now you'll get it in meter, 1.460. Okay, if you want, you can increase the decimal of this. Yeah, 1 point. Okay, we'll keep it as 1.46 only. Okay, now come to the total cutting length. So total cutting length is very important. So this 1.46 cutting length, what I got, no, it is for the single bar I got. So what will be your total cutting length? So total cutting length will be the cutting length of one bar. Okay, you multiply this by number of bar. Number of bar is 9. I'll do it here. See, cutting length of one bar multiply by the number of bar. So this will give me the total cutting length of the entire footing of F1 footing along the shorter span only. But how many such footings are there? We know only one footing is there. Okay, then 1.46 into 9 into 1 if I do, I'll get the total cutting length of the footing in one footing, in one F1 footing along the shorter span. You're getting my point? So same thing we'll do it here. So total cutting length will be plus, open the bracket. So cutting length of one bar, you multiply this by number of bar and you multiply this by number of members and then close the bracket and hit the enter button. So it is 13.14. How much we got here? Yeah, 13.140. Same thing. Okay. If you want, you can increase this and this also you can increase. Done? Fine. That's it. Simple. Your calculation is done. Total cutting length we have found. Next, we are supposed to find the weight of the bar. So which is this? What is the diameter of my bar? It's a 10 diameter bar. Good. And what is the weight of a 10 diameter? It is 0.617. So the weight will be plus, open the bracket. Okay. Total cutting length. If I multiply this cutting length with the weight of a 10 diameter bar, that is 0.617, and then close the bracket, hit the enter button. So 8.11 kg is the total weight of my bar that is required. If I want to prepare F1 footing of only one number. So 8.11 I got. Yeah, here also it is 8.107. If you want to increase this to 3 decimal point, it will be all right. Yeah, fine, not an issue. Okay, you can follow this. Yeah, great. That's it. Yeah, got it. So I hope, again, rest all these things, nothing. So you just put a dash symbol there. So this will be dash, enter. 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 Finish. Next, come along the longer span. So in the longer span, what will happen? You have to find the number of bar, no? So number of bars you tell me, open the bracket. Great. Okay. Round up we'll write later. Okay, not an issue. First we'll do this. Later we'll write round up. Yeah. Open the bracket. Fine. So first you have to find I'm finding the bar along the longer span. So I have to take a shorter span. So shorter is 1200 minus 50 on the left side, minus 50 on the right side, bracket close. Put the divide symbol. Again bracket open. What is the spacing? Spacing is again 150. Again see, it got disappeared. It usually happens in Excel, not an issue. You just remember this H and this is 19. So write H19. So it will by default take that. Okay, fine. Now close the bracket. Okay, next plus 1 and close the bracket and hit the enter button. So again, it's coming 8.33. The reason why it is coming 8.33 is not, we have not taken the round up. So come here, write ROUND round up. So initially also you can write, okay. It's not that after entering only you have to write round up. Initially also if you do, it will come correct. Plus 1. After that, give a comma and write 0 and hit enter button. Finish. You got 9. See, here also I got 9. Got it, no? Fine. Again, coming to the total cutting length. How do you find the total cutting length? Open bracket. So this 1100 plus 200 plus 200, close the bracket. Okay. So in this, you have to do the bend deduction minus open bracket 4 times the D. So 4 multiplied by D. Diameter is 10 here, right? And close the bracket and hit the enter button. Finish. Again, it is 1460, obviously. And this will be, again, open bracket 1460. You divide it by 1000 and close the bracket. Finish. 1.46. Now coming to the total cutting length. This also remains same. That is cutting length of one bar multiply by number of bar multiply by number of members. Close the bracket. Finish. 13.140. This you can increase the number. So again, it's a 10 diameter bar, no? So come here, plus open bracket, total cutting length of 1 bar. You multiply this, total cutting length multiply by the unit weight of 10 die, which is 0.617, and close the bracket, hit the enter button. So you got 8.11. Okay, finish. That's it. Next, what you're supposed to just you put this dash symbol here also. You see, it's up to you whether you want to put it or not. If you don't put also, it's okay. But when you put it, looks good. That's it. Finish. So that's it. We have finished one footing. Okay, F1 footing we have finished. So if I want to do F1 footing of 1200 by 1200 by 400, having a steel of 10 diameter at 150 along shorter and longer span, I require 8.11 kg of steel in the shorter span, and I require 8.11 kg of steel in the longer span. If you want to find the total weight, you just add 8 and 8.11 plus 8.11 will come out to be 16.22. So that is a total steel that is required in F1 footing. Now the magic of Excel is that let us consider in your drawing, instead of one number of F1 footing, I had 5 numbers. I had how much? 5 numbers. That's it. Come to the Excel sheet. Now let us say that happened. You prepared the Excel sheet and kept, but maybe after some time the structural designer or somebody changed the drawing, and he changed the drawing and he told F1 footing is not one. We have FI F1 footing. Then what you will do? We have to come here. In that case, that is why I've written BBS revision. Maybe a revision, you'll get a separate drawing. Initially, the drawing number was, let us say, it was 06. Okay. So when they revised, when this drawing got revised, okay, let us say instead of one footing, you had 5 footing. Drawing got revised. So you'll come here, BBS revision, you write. That is drawing number 1, drawing number 6. You'll write here R1. R1 means revision 1. Okay. You're getting, this is the usual term what we write in structural drawing. Drawing number is 6. For that, BBS drawing also is 6 only, but this is revision 1. So R1. Okay. So now what you do, come here, write 5 here and write 5 here. Finish. That's the you see the magic also. I just gave 5 number here. The moment I gave 5 here, now automatically this also took 5 because it was interlinked here. And similarly, you see the steel also got changed. It came out to be 40.56 and 40.56. Okay, that's it. That's the beauty of using an Excel sheet and doing your bar bending schedule. Now, if you want to find the total weight, 40 plus 40 is 80 kg of steel is required this time. Okay. Anyhow, I'll fix it back to 1 and 1. Yeah, that's how it is. So you practice up to here. I've explained you for one footing. Similarly, I'm supposed to do for F2, F3, F4, F5, all the footings I'm supposed to do. So the method remains the same. But anyhow, in the next 2-3 lectures, I'll be taking up all those things because already I've prepared the Excel sheet and kept. Okay. And here I'll explain you all these things. And so that you will have a good understanding of the bar bending schedule. Okay. Try to practice it. Just there are 1 or 2 formulas which you need to remember. That is, I always tell, if you want to find the shorter side, longer side minus 2 sides the cover. This is a formula which is very important. And cutting length also I've explained you. In the upcoming lectures, I'll explain you a few basic terms about this thing, that is a bend deduction and all. And after that, we'll do this Excel sheet with the help of this bend deduction. And also I'll teach you without the bend deduction. And also this depth, whatever I've taken, that is 200 and 200. Here we'll not put 2/3 and 2/3. That also will do because when I'm doing, I'll teach you all the method, and then totally depends on you what you want to follow. Okay, because few people don't do 2/3 here. They directly take overall depth minus top cover and bottom cover. That will be the L. Okay. So in that case, we need to take out this 2/3. But usually most of the construction practices what we follow, we usually take 67% of that value. So that is why I've written 2/3. If you don't want to do that, you strike out this 2/3 from there. Similarly, your answer is going to change. Okay, fine. So we'll see you back in the next lecture. Thank you.